She truly is an incredible trailblazer.
She came from nothing and built an empire.
It was Chanel who really did, as Mary Quant said, bring about a modern way of dressing.
She wanted women to feel comfortable but look elegant.
Hello, monsters! Today we're honoring the history of fashion with one of its pioneers and greatest champions, the iconic Coco Chanel. If you love the brand, then you love the woman. So join us on this tribute to Coco, the grand diva of style. Born in the western French town of Saumur in 1883, Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel entered into this world in conditions that were far from the glamour she is known for today. Her mother, Jeanne, worked as a laundress, while her father, Albert, was a street vendor selling clothes and undergarments. In 1884, Albert married Jeanne to legitimize their children, a decision influenced by Jeanne's family, who banded together to support them financially. Gabrielle was actually the second of 6 children in her family. Her brother Augustin passed away at just 6 months old. Now a family of 7, they lived a nomadic life, moving from place to place with little stability or luxury. Despite their humble beginnings, the family struggled to make ends meet, residing in rundown one-room lodgings and facing the challenges of cramped living conditions. Tragedy struck when Gabrielle was just 11 years old. Her mother passed away at the young age of 32, leaving the family in turmoil. Without their mother, the children's education was neglected, with the boys sent to work on farms and the girls, including Gabrielle, sent to a convent called Aubergine. Aubergine wasn't just any convent, it was an orphanage. Here the nuns provided care for the less fortunate, and this was where a young Gabrielle learned the tenets of discipline and frugality. Despite the harsh realities present there, it was also here that Chanel honed her sewing skills, setting the stage for her future career in fashion. But before a fashion career, Chanel pursued another passion and found herself performing in a cabaret popular among cavalry officers. Enter her stage debut at La Rotonde and the nickname that would forever become synonymous with style. It was here that she entertained as a poseuse, captivating the audience between star performances. The money she earned was collected when the plate was passed around. It was during these nights of singing that she earned the nickname Coco. According to lore, it came from the song she often sang, "Who has seen Coco in the Trocadero?" or even as a nod to the French term for a kept woman, cocotte. Or as Coco herself would tell many over the course of her life, it was given to her by her beloved father. No matter the origin, Coco exuded a youthful charm that enchanted the military patrons of the cabaret as she sang, and Coco's voice took her far and off the beaten path. In 1906, Chanel found herself working in the vibrant spa resort town of Vichy, where she harbored dreams of performing in their array of concert halls, theaters, and cafes, the perfect place to showcase her talents. But despite her youthful appearance and charm, her singing abilities fell short of expectations, and she struggled to secure stage roles. Desperate for employment, Chanel took a job at the Grande Grille, where she dispensed glasses of the famous mineral water for which Vichy was known. When the season in Vichy came to an end, Chanel returned to her old haunt, La Rotonde in Moulins, where she then came to terms that a career on the stage was not on the cards. But when one door closed, Coco stormed through another. Back in Moulins, Coco soon crossed paths with Etienne Balsan, French ex-cavalry officer, bon vivant, and heir to a textile fortune. At just 23, she became Balsan's mistress, and for the next 3 years, Coco became familiar with the finest things in life at his Chateau Royalieu. Their whirlwind romance, with the prerequisite lavish parties and expensive clothes, was fueled by Balsan's immense wealth. Balsan spared no expense when it came to pampering his Coco, and after a life of poverty, she was now dripping in dazzling diamonds and couture dresses. But it obviously was not enough, because by 1908, Coco was having a torrid affair with one of Etienne's close friends, Captain Arthur Edward Boy Capel. Of the affair, Chanel famously was quoted as saying, "Two gentlemen were outbidding for my hot little body." Coming from the English upper class, Capel played a pivotal role in Coco Chanel's early ventures into fashion. Not only did he establish her in her own Parisian apartment, but he also provided crucial financial support for her first steps in the industry, backing her initial boutiques. Capel's refined taste greatly influenced Chanel's own sense of style, leaving an indelible mark on her fashion sensibilities. It's rumored that the iconic bottle design of Chanel No. 5 perfume drew inspirations from objects associated with Capel, including the elegant rectangular toiletry bottles he carried and the exquisite craftsmanship of his whiskey decanter. This symbiotic relationship between Coco Chanel and Boy Capel not only shaped her early career, but also laid the foundation for the enduring legacy of the Chanel brand. This was to be only one of Coco's loves, however. Despite Coco Chanel's dreams of a lasting future with Boy Capel, their relationship met challenge after challenge across 9 tumultuous years. Despite his marriage to Lady Diana Wyndham in 1918, Capel continued to maintain a relationship with Chanel. However, tragedy struck when Capel's life was tragically cut short in a car accident in 1919. Chanel was deeply affected by his untimely death, confessing, "In losing Capel, I lost everything. What followed was not a life of happiness, I have to say." The loss of Capel had a profound impact on Chanel's personal and professional life, shaping her future endeavors in the world of fashion. But even while in the throes of one passion, Capel, Coco juggled a growing love for fashion. Even before her love affair with Capel, Chanel had begun dabbling in hat design, a pastime which soon transformed into a profitable venture. By 1910, Coco's millinery business flourished, and noted Parisiennes started wearing her hats, including actress Gabrielle Dorzia in a production of Bellamy in 1912. Dorzia showcased Chanel's hats in photographs featured in Les Modes magazine, and just like that, voila, Coco was an overnight success. Overjoyed by the success, Chanel expanded and opened more boutiques. Next, Coco launched a boutique in Deauville, and it was here where she honed her sense of style by pioneering deluxe casual wear suited for leisure and sport. Her designs featured jersey and tricot, fabrics typically reserved for men's undergarments at the time, and introduced a new level of sophistication to casual attire. The boutique offered an array of hats, jackets, sweaters, and the iconic sailor blouse. Her first patrons were working class, but the wealthy quickly followed, and Chanel had the help of her sister Antoinette and her aunt Adrienne to ensure success. Chanel ventured to Biarritz, setting up an unconventional shop in a villa opposite the casino, a strategic move that paid off by attracting the richest people in the city. In less than a year, the business allowed Chanel to repay Capel's initial investment, and her love of fashion brought her another père amour at the time in the Grand Duke Dmitry Pavlovich of Russia, a romantic liaison that endured for years to come. By 1919, Chanel was officially recognized as a couturier and established her iconic Maison de Couture at 31 Rue Cambon in Paris. And once one aristocrat emerged, others soon followed. In 1923, Vera Bate Lombardi, reputedly the illegitimate daughter of the Marquess of Cambridge, presented Chanel with an extraordinary opportunity to enter the inner circles of British aristocracy. This premier social set included figures like Winston Churchill and royals like the Duke of Westminster and Prince Edward of Wales. At the age of 40, the Duke showered Coco with opulent jewels, priceless artwork, and a residence in London's Tony Mayfair district. A passionate affair endured for a decade, marking a significant chapter in Chanel's personal and social life. And what comes after royalty? Hollywood, of course. In 1931, Chanel met Samuel Goldwyn, who quickly made Chanel an offer she couldn't refuse. For $1 million, about $75 million today, he would bring her to Hollywood twice a year to design costumes for his stars. Chanel agreed, and honestly, who wouldn't, and was soon off to Hollywood on her first trip. Chanel's designs were soon gracing the silver screen, dressing stars like Gloria Swanson, Greta Garbo, and Marlene Dietrich, who all became her private clients. However, despite the accolades and success, Coco's experience in Hollywood left her disillusioned with its culture, which she found infantile and vulgar. Her aesthetic, focused on elegance, didn't quite match Hollywood's appetite for the sensational. As a result, Chanel turned her attention back to French cinema, designing costumes for films like Jean Renoir's 1939 masterpiece, La Règle du Jeu, credited as La Maison Chanel. She even facilitated a collaboration between Renoir and Luchino Visconti, recognizing Visconti's talent and desire to work in film. So what did Coco bring to the fashion world? In short, lots. Coco Chanel's list of accomplishments and influence in the world of fashion is extensive, and still today she is celebrated for several groundbreaking innovations, including the LBD, Little Black Dress, which she introduced in the 1920s as a versatile, affordable, and enduring wardrobe staple. What woman doesn't own an LBD today? The answer: no one. Next, the Chanel suit, which redefined the tenets of elegance by prioritizing comfort without compromising on style. And then there were the quilted purse and costume jewelry, timeless pieces that remain emblematic of her legacy. And of course, arguably the world's most famous scent, Chanel No. 5, which achieved unparalleled success in the fragrance industry. Her contributions, her legacy. Gabrielle Coco Chanel, a trailblazing designer, visionary, and artist, revolutionized women's fashion by fighting against traditional norms and infusing her designs with a refreshing blend of simplicity and luxury. Embodying modern values of freedom, passion, and feminine elegance, she fundamentally changed the way women dressed and lived their lives. Beyond her iconic designs, Chanel liberated women from the constraints of corsets and lace frills, championing practical yet elegant styles. Her clothes freed up women to be ready for anything. More than that, Coco lived her life on her own terms, and even though she had countless lovers across both sides of the Atlantic, she never married and never had kids. Another modern approach to life that even today goes against the grain. When she died of a heart attack in 1971 in Paris, she was 87 years old and considered an icon and one of the most important figures of the 20th century. And today, nearly a century later, the Chanel brand continues to captivate people of all ages worldwide with its timeless modernity, including generation after generation with its enduring allure and timeless appeal. The House of Chanel fearlessly embraces innovation, ensuring a future as iconic as its storied past. And to quote Coco herself once again, fashion passes, style remains. That's it, monsters. Did you enjoy Coco's story? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest content from Fashion Monstery. Until next time, keep it classy like Coco.